John, WSRT Fitness. If this is your first time here, please remember to subscribe, click the bell, and select all for notifications. Thank you so much for watching and welcome. Today is actually a viewer request video made by Erin in the WSRT Fitness Facebook group. Hi Erin, how you doing? And she actually made two, so I'm going to cover both of them in this video, and I hope you enjoy it. Now, number one, she asked how much muscle a woman can gain while losing weight. The second was whether or not you can do too much cardio. Now, before I get into those topics, I do want to say that this is not going to be an extremely scientific video. It is going to be more opinion-based. I do encourage discussion and debate down below, especially if you don't agree with me. I would love to hear your side, your opinion, and who knows, you might even educate me a little bit more. I mean, as is, I am still trying to learn something new every day because I'm still new. So, number one, we're talking about how much muscle a woman can gain while losing weight. Now, for me to tell you if you do X, Y, and Z and you'll lose this, you'll gain this much muscle while losing weight, that would be wrong of me. That doesn't take into account genetics. That doesn't take into account the amount of caloric deficit that you're in. That doesn't take into account your height, your age, your current weight. It doesn't take into account your lifestyle, your training regimen. Even if I were to give you all those things, you're still going to be a different person than somebody else, so results are going to vary. That being said, body recomposition is extremely common, and it's something that everybody does. And so what you want to focus on is how to recomp your body in the most efficient way. So as I mentioned in a recent video, which I mentioned I got from a Jeff Cavalier video on Athlean X, was that to lose, and really this is commonly known, that to lose weight you need to be in a caloric deficit. So you want to make sure that you're burning more calories than you're consuming, than you're taking in. To gain muscle, all you need is to be in a positive nitrogen balance. And the way to do that is to make sure you're getting proper sleep, to lower your stress levels, and to eat adequate amounts of protein. So if the adequate amount of protein, it seems to be an industry standard that I see just about everywhere with the exception of a few people. You want to get good quality proteins at the rate of about 1 gram per pound of body weight. Now, I have also seen 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass, so not including your fat mass into it. And I don't necessarily dispute that fact. It might actually make it a little bit easier starting off because it's still going to work, especially if you have less experience. That being said, you do want to make sure you're doing weight training. If you are not doing weight training, then there isn't as much of a stimulus for growth. Which is gonna start bridging me over to cardio, because when you first start doing cardio, you are going to gain a little bit of muscle because your body is responding to a stimuli. However, there is a rate of diminishing return, and once your body gets so efficient at walking, something that you already do, the gaining of muscle is not going to continue, though if you increase your distance more and more, the muscle you have may get stronger. As we bridge into the cardio, as far as whether or not you can do too much, personally, well, yes, you can do too much. You want to make sure that you're doing your cardio in an effective manner where you're burning a lot of calories, where you are stimulating your muscle to respond, and you are also not overtraining. I've seen recently a few people who go to the gym for multiple hours, a large part of the day. I even know somebody who went nearly an entire day in the gym, and that's not healthy. That's too much. So you mentioned in the comment on Facebook that you do cardio about an hour a day. That is a lot of cardio. However, if it gets you up off the couch, if it gets you away from the television, away from a computer screen, away from a phone, then what's wrong with that? Now, back to the weight training, back to the gaining muscle. If you're not weight training, you're not going to see the muscle gain results you may be looking for. And again, without knowing in depth how much muscle you want to build, I don't know, there's a lot of detail that's left out there. But with the cardio, again, our bodies are the most adaptable species on the planet, and we get very, very efficient at what we do very, very quickly. So the low intensity, steady state cardio is only going to get you so far. So you want to make sure you're incorporating high intensity cardio if you do prefer cardio, where you want to kind of get that in there as much as possible. Get to the dumbbells, get to the barbells. If you want to start with the machines just because you're uncomfortable, because you're inexperienced, then go there. Lift weights, use resistance. You're going to build muscle, and keep in mind that as you build muscle tissue, your metabolic rate will go up, so you can burn fat faster. You're going to burn more calories maintaining muscle tissue than you will maintaining fat tissue. And so you got to take all those things into account. And again, results may vary. I know that that's not quite the answer you're looking for, but when it comes down to it, there aren't a lot of in-depth studies that I could find that really speak to what we're talking about with how much muscle a woman can gain. And even if I do find a study that involved 1,000 women, well, those results are for those 1,000 women, and you need to tailor your training to your goals. If you want to build muscle while you're losing weight, you need to have the weight train in there. You need to have the protein. You need to get the sleep. You need to make sure you're not overtraining, which that's actually something that I was guilty of near the end of my weight loss. Was I was training more and more and more and longer instead of harder and harder. You want to get in there, get your workout done, and get out. Bring back up Athlete X. You can train hard or you can train long, but you can't do both. It is so true. Where I found that towards the end, up until the last couple of weeks before my surgery, when it finally clicked in my head to really pound the muscle very quickly, I was doing longer and longer. And when you're in the gym, you're not building muscle in the gym. You're breaking down muscle. Whether you are walking, especially if you're newer at it, on a treadmill or riding on a stationary bike, or whether you are at the bench press, at the squat rack, at on the deadlift platform, when you're in the gym, you are breaking down your muscles. You need to get that work done to stimulate the growth, but get in there, get it done, get out. Go home, you have your good quality food, get your good quality rest and recovery, do your yoga, your meditation. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. And if you haven't yet, subscribe, click the bell and select all for notifications. Drop a comment below on your opinion on today's video, or to request a video topic of your own. And then also any discussion on any topic that I ever cover is welcome. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at WSRT Fitness, and join my Facebook group, WSRT Fitness. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.